We all put on our serious faces.
Did the button get hit, or is it still like pre-button?
Is there such a thing?
2-1, we're live.
Are we
Yay!
pre-button or post-button?
No, we are
I have a
live.
serious face.
We are live. Ladies and gentlemen of Myth Brigade, we're live on Myth Brigade for another episode of Night's Black Agents, where Byron has allowed us to find Carmilla. She's tied up and disabled, and we're just about to kill her. And that's actually not true. So...
That's what we did last time. He wasn't here for it.
That's
Not
right.
our fault.
That's right. So Mueller and I are going to just take her out, Byron. No problem. It's fine. We'll be solving the mystery.
Can be no problem.
We
No
shall
problem at
see.
all.
We
Got
shall
this.
see. I will.
Because Mueller was so good with those underlings earlier.
I will punch the clock for 2 hours and 20 minutes, and we will find out what happens.
Cha-ching.
If we're all still here at the end of the day.
If
Alrighty, guys. Welcome to Myth Brigade and Night's Black Agents Blood Rising campaign. Sponsored, of course, by Pelgrane Press way back in the day when they gave us a shout out. Yeah. So we're having some fun with this system, I think. I'm telling you, I've been looking for a fantasy version of Gumshoe.
Ooh, yeah.
Now, because but I'm not sure that so they have one called Swords of the Serpentine or something like that. And I was looking at it, but apparently the combat system is crunchy. So
That's a shame.
fix it.
for another game.
Mm.
But I really liked. Like I said, I went full circle from being the most hater for this system to actually liking it.
Yeah, I like the
The
narrative
quality of
side
their
it a
the
lot.
quality of their stuff is pretty solid, man. This like GM screen is like
Look at that shit.
you could
Is it made by two?
almost kill somebody with this.
It's made
thing.
with
It's
2x4s.
thick as hell.
Look at it.
It is. It's literally. It's like
Holy shit.
one by plywood.
Yeah.
But anyway,
One by plywood.
all right, let's go around the horn here real quick. Tyler, how you doing today?
Doing great. Excited to find Carmilla and kill that dumb bitch.
Well, I thought you already found Carmilla. Oh wait.
Oh
no,
yeah,
that's
yeah,
right.
yeah, yeah.
That
Yeah, of
was
course
in
we
the-
did. That's what
that
I meant.
was-
Yeah, we
that
found
was-
her.
That was the other dream. The other dream sequence.
Oh yeah.
The one you guys had last week. Tara,
Hey guys,
the new homeowner.
new homeowner. Woo!
Oh,
Congrats.
congratulations.
A
Yay.
huge day.
Yes.
Huge day. Last day of the semester,
Congrats.
and gave all my money away this morning, and
Oh yeah.
got keys.
Awesome.
So now all I have to do is move. No, nothing to it, right?
Nothing to it.
Nothing
You're not gonna have movers come and take all your stuff.
Yeah, I am throwing money at this problem big time.
I support this behavior.
Everything can be solved.
Yeah,
with
there's a whole
money.
lot of
Yeah.
cast members for Myth Brigade. You just need to send out like the proper guild trip, and we'll all be on our way, fully
Yeah, it
vaxxed,
could be the
and
patron,
just move your shit for you, and then head back home.
like a reverse
Listen.
patron.
Even that is too much work for me to do at this point in my life with everything going on. I mean, just like the thought of I have a 28-year-old son who has lots of able-bodied friends, and we could have coordinated all that shit. I have a bunch of 20-something-year-old co-workers I could have bribed with beer and pizza. It was just the coordination of it all was giving me panic attacks. I just could not even think about it. I'm just going to throw money at this problem. I'm paying them to pack, and I'm paying them to move and put all the boxes in the right rooms, and I'm paying somebody to clean this place and clean the new one, and that's it.
Nice.
This is done.
That's yeah.
Done.
Do me a favor though.
We are
Leave the wall. Until the very end, and let just just
For
freak
the
them
next
straight.
people.
Very nice people.
Yeah.
I just I just don't have it in me to do all that crap. We're not even going to pretend that I can do this for once.
Nice.
And then my dumbass son is going to move to South Carolina 2 days after I move.
Mhm.
So it turns out I wouldn't have been able to lean on him anyway.
That's terrible. Why is Nick moving?
What a
He
son.
doesn't care about me.
Oh, no, it's not good.
All
He's
right,
taking the
let's-
dog.
He's taking the dog.
My
He's taking-
grandpa.
How could he?
Your grand dog?
Yeah,
Took your grand dog. That's
Grand
Now you're gonna have
even
to get your own dog.
disappointed. That's what he says.
I'd support this decision.
Yeah.
You know Bridget would too.
Bridget would too.
Bridget would too.
You're saying, hey, Bridget, I'll let you buy another RPG if you let me buy
If you let me buy a dog.
She'd be on that shit so fast.
See if she'd give me a discount for doggy
Maybe.
Probably help
I
you
bet.
find a dog.
Oh, she sure would.
I'm sure she's got one you could probably buy.
She's got one in her back
Don't tell
pocket
her.
lined up.
All right. Jason,
What?
how are you doing?
Oh.
One time you're not wearing a black shirt.
I know. It's laundry day. And so we want
Unprecedented.
Actually, I do have to support our comrades in arms, the band In the Whale. They are actually back out on tour, and I'm really excited about that. So if any of you guys catch us on the stream, go check them out. It's a 2-piece, and they are just badass. I'm fine. Kind of got a cold now that I'm fully vaxxed, you know. Tentacle, blah, blah, blah.
You should start a band called Moby Geek.
That's actually a good idea.
Sounded funny.
So yeah, I don't know.
Uh,
We got a show coming up on the 15th, which is pretty sweet. It's first live
Oh, yeah.
stand up.
I'm
That's
excited
exciting.
to start going back to shows.
Yeah, I know.
I'm so excited to start going to concerts again.
Which means I have to remember how to play my instrument and stuff, but that's a challenge that I'll just keep to myself. But yeah, no, I'm excited to be
You mean
back.
I actually have to learn how to play this thing?
Yeah, at least as well as I did before, which, you know, the bar was pretty low, if I'm being honest. I just held it, you know.
the bar was pretty low.
It was pretty fucking low. But no, I'm really
I mean,
excited.
it's punk
Just-
music, so yours is a lot of screaming, right?
Yeah, mostly. Yes.
Yeah. All right.
You scream loud enough, it covers up the playing.
Yeah, that's so true. And if you guys haven't checked out the
right.
video, there's a video. I'm going to have to link to this one, which it describes the hazing ritual that we put our new bass player through by telling him
Oh, God.
that we were business casual. And so there's an inside scoop. It's a true story, but it's really funny. The way that we reenacted it is pretty funny. So I'll have to share it with you guys. It's pretty good. Anyway,
It was pretty funny. I saw it. Yeah.
your fucking khakis.
Yeah. So if you guys haven't checked it out, Jason does have a band called The Bitters.
I'm literally going to
Actually-
beep that out, called the beep.
He's just gonna cut this section. He's like, we don't need any of this.
We don't need any advertising. All right, but anyway, Brent, how are you? Is your internet
I'm
gonna
not
stay up?
bad. Internet's a little shaky tonight.
Shit.
Yeah.
No.
Uh-oh.
Your internet's like a
It's a little shaky
diabetic
tonight.
with a like your internet's like hypoglycemic, like eating cinnamon rolls. I'm gonna go into a coma. at
It's
any
semi-stable.
What do internet
Right.
eat? What could you feed it?
Megabytes.
Megabyte.
It's only taking mini bites. That's the problem.
That's what it is. Everything is going well with me. Just same old stuff, different week. I've been real excited for this one. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, definitely excited for this one.
All right, Mr. Dan.
Oh, but it's been an odd week. We've had some weird stuff. Probably top of the list, I guess, was went to our garden plot and someone stole all of our trellises from our garden plot. Stranger still was someone stole one last year. So I went in there with some like one-way screws and like clasps and stuff and screwed them all in last year. This year they brought a power screwdriver and they stole all the rest. So
Shit.
that was Saturday.
Pretty epic.
And I told you guys about some other stuff this week. So it's been an interesting week. I won't forget that for a while, considering I damaged my car the first time, getting those 18-foot like cattle prod like things into my garden plot in the first place. So there you go. It's been a good week. I'm looking forward to killing some vampires.
You'd be really hard up to go steal somebody's trellis.
Right?
I mean, there is a 15-foot chain link fence around this with a combination lock.
A 15-foot fence?
Yeah, supposedly there was a camera that caught, and apparently it was a man and wife couple coming in at 5 in the morning. I'm like, if you were industrious enough to get up at 5 in the morning, you can buy your own freaking arch. You don't have to steal mine. I don't get it. But I appreciate that they appreciate my and my wife's taste. I do like that. I mean, obviously, to steal like that is definitely a vote of confidence. So there's some beat.
we can't get off.
You're definitely looking at the silver lining there.
That's right. That's right.
Absolutely.
We can't move on
We're
from
hoping to
Dan.
install other things they can steal next year.
We can't move on from Dan without hyping up the Game Steward, which is Myth Brigade highly endorses, despite other opinions out on the internet.
It's a secret.
Not anymore. Now it's on the
Nothing is a
internet.
secret.
It's on the Brenternet.
So check it out. Buy some
Oh,
games
dude,
from there.
you gotta get
Right.
Brentnet.com.
So it may or may not get out there.
It could be next 4chan, man. Brenternet.com, I'm telling you. But yes, the Game Steward, interesting stories there too. Maybe for next week.
Yeah, right. Absolutely. All right, guys. So without further ado, let's get this party started. So you guys were mopping up the final remnants of your, I won't say failed mission, because so far you've been on point for your mission, but unfortunately just a little bit too late to catch Carmilla at the castle. And
Listen, my health is only at -9.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah. So Varut is probably gonna have to seek some medical attention. Weren't you guys taking her to like a medical?
Yeah.
Can you like? I think you contacted a British.
Yeah,
medic.
we burned some network. And-
Yeah, you burned some network.
Yep.
Contacted a British medic, so he does. After taking care of Varut for a few days and so forth, which I don't know what you guys are doing during that time, if you're going out and doing anything or just kind of chilling and kind of healing yourself up or what have you. But if you guys decide to take a few days, you can refresh some of your points.
Yeah.
I think we're going to take some days.
Because
I do like that idea, yes. Very
Yeah,
much.
that's a good idea.
Can we?
You know what I'm doing for 4 days? I'm chewing on some morphine is what I'm doing.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Nice.
Can we get
You
that
share or
refresh,
you go over
Byron?
yourself?
And also, and whilst we're getting the refresh, can we do the research into like the records? You'd mentioned that there was some sort of records of people's
Yeah.
comings and goings that we might be.
Yeah,
able to...
so there is some records that you guys are able to get. One of the British medic does tell you that he talked to one of the MPs, and there was a black car that was seen driving into the British sector of Austria here, because you're already in that, but driving out of it into the Russian zone.
Oh,
To Vienna.
the Russian zone?
Yes.
That's not good.
It's slightly better than if we're surrounded by your countrymen. If I'm being honest, Mueller.
I'm not sure I can even go into the Russian zone. I mean, they're Russians. They're going to ship me off to Siberia.
Just don't talk.
Or worse, technically. Definitely could be worse than that.
Don't talk. That's an interesting concept.
We'll get you one of
I would
those
consider this.
hats. What's that called? The furry. The thing. It looks like an ottoman or whatever it is.
Oh yes, I know what you're talking about.
What
Yeah.
is that called?
I don't know.
The fez cap?
Oh no.
No.
Oh, not the red one with the tassel.
No.
Yeah, with the
No, the furry one.
The Russian furry cap.
Yeah,
Yeah,
those are-
split.
Hat. Oh wow. There's a lot of pictures of that. It's also Ushanka hats. Ushanka hats.
Are we on the,
Cossack? Is it a Cossack hat?
Is that what it's
I see. There's a cyber. There's
The
a
Cossacks wear
Yeah,
them.
Cossack. Yeah.
okay. And then there's the one with the ear flaps that is the Ushanka hat.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
The stream's like, thanks guys. I was wondering what those were called. Sorry. ADD.
That's right. You can get an education here.
Exactly.
Not a good one, but an education.
For a small fee of $9.99.
Yeah.
You will not pass the Mensa test, however.
Of many installments.
Yes.
Follow us for more continue education units.
That's right.
Tara's
Yeah,
doing
there will be a short quiz after this podcast, which can be used for continuing education. Right?
Tara is doing the official
We'll put this.
voiceover for our Patreon.
So you do manage to get some by going to the British Forces HQ in Schönbrunn Palace. You are able to determine able to get all the arrest records from the Kommandantura, and they show 5 individuals who kind of meet the criteria for these missing girls that you've heard of. So there is a Carmilla de Pietra. She is listed as a mistress of a Russian diplomat. Seems like she has some sort of connection to the American CIC. There is a Carmilla Leibfels, who is a coffee shop operator. And that notes that her with tradecraft spend, if somebody wants at one point to tradecraft, there's some extra information there.
We go into the blackbook.io.
Are you going to type these names for us anywhere, Byron?
Me personally, no, I wasn't planning on.
Thanks, jerk.
Rude.
Carmilla.
We'll just be like, okay, there's Carmilla Coffee Shop.
Yeah.
There's Carmilla.
There's
A latte. There's Carmilla latte.
Carmally furry hat. Carmally furry.
There's
Yeah.
caramel macchiato.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
That's my favorite.
All right.
But yeah, as I was gonna say, it's like we can
Slowly.
remember them that way. It's not that hard.
That's right. Byron realizes what's going to happen if he doesn't tell us the names.
It's like, hey there, coffee shop.
I'll change my name to Mula on here.
Thank you.
There's number 1.
Okay, I see that. Yeah.
For some reason, my other computer doesn't want to work today, so I can't get into Discord or whatever. It just doesn't want to. It's stuck on the open Windows screen. It won't do anything.
Are we, and forgive me too, are we on the Discord channel, the text channel in general?
You can be. Like I said, I can't open it today, so I can't.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
For some reason, my computer.
That means we can say things about him.
You can.
We can have a private
And
conversation.
we can say things about him right here.
You
Well,
can.
this is true.
Also facts.
Can we learn more about who those Carmali and Carmilla are traveling with, and who they're registered with, traveling at the moment? Because didn't we think that she would be traveling with a child?
These aren't necessarily traveling documents. These are documents that show their names and their criminal records as shown in the Kommandantura.
Okay.
So because they've been in this general area, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The idea was basically that she had 12 young girls that were basically stand-ins for her.
For her. Okay.
And so that's where you guys found the different clothes.
So by stand-ins, you mean almost like working, but working as almost like doubles for her?
Correct.
Okay.
She can use them as doubles.
So cover identities.
Yes.
That's
And you could tell by their names that they are basically like acronyms or
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Right. So we don't know that these are. We know that this is the list of alternates that she might. So any one of them, if we cross-reference them with travel records, we should be able to pick something up, right?
If they've moved, you know what I mean? You might be able to find out where they lived or where they were in the surrounding area to be able to track them down.
If she's trying to get out of here, you think the possibility of the wife of a Russian diplomat might be some? I mean, I guarantee it's something she'd be interested in. Just how likely do you think that's the one?
Well, it certainly gives her access to power and resources, backing to get out of the country quickly if she needs it.
True.
So let me guess. Would you like to just go plant a bomb at her flat?
I mean, if that's your suggestion, I think that there could be some merit to that. Wow, I wouldn't have thought of something like that. You're very brutal.
Well, I've learned from the best. I'd have to pat you on the shoulder, old boy.
But yes, I mean, we might not want to go loud immediately like that, though. After all, if we pick the wrong person and make a loud bang, then everything is destroyed.
All right, I'll let you guys look at those and discuss them for a second. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go.
I can't open the chat because that's gonna offset the view in Zoom, and do really horrible things to the overlay. So I'll just trust what you guys.
What I will do is I will copy and paste it into
Discord.
the. Yes.
Yes, I can open the
Science. Oh, there we go.
So convoluted.
I know. It's so good.
And I will copy and paste. Yes, there. All right. Edelweiss. Camilla
Shall we sing? We could sing.
Do you wish me to sing?
Dankeschön. Oh, Don, can you sing that?
That's right.
Dankeschön. What am I singing? Like,
I'm scared.
okay. So who are these people? So
Camilla
yeah.
American. Camilla Liebert, coffee shop driver, MI6 safe house. Laura Klim works at the Commandatura, mistress of the French general. And Milakara Cronenberg, maid at the hotel, Bristol, MI6 asset Edelweiss. Oh, okay, that's her asset name, Edelweiss. That is a good name.
The Lacrima one jumps out at me. It says here, Lacrima Rocan has black market ties. These vamps get up some dirty dealings and moving things in and out all quiet like. Maybe, damn, all of these are good leads.
Yes. I mean, the maid seems unlikely because it would be, but however, I mean, she would seem, you would imagine she'd be too arrogant to do something like that, to have a maid double. But then, I mean, maybe that's the brilliance of it, is nobody would ever think about it.
Keep in mind also that these are names and stuff of the criminal records in the British section of the Commandantura. So, with that in mind, like the MPs told you that black sports car was seen driving into the Russian zone.
Good.
So
point.
while these are good leads, while they're leads to her doubles, she didn't stay in this area.
Perhaps I should stay here with Varut while she recovers, while you go off into the Russian sector.
Yes, old boy. I don't know how well you would actually end up doing.
I think there's a very much valuable research that I could do right here in the German zone. Don't you agree? I would think that there's many things that we could do. We being Varut and I, while you all are off in the Russian zone.
But Mula, understand that if we actually encounter something of any material, vampirism, we need you to kill it. So,
not to mention, you could just simply, not speak.
Or do your
again, this option, I do not understand exactly how that works. Like, is this not speaking? Like, am I not speaking now? No, I'm not. I'm speaking, of course. I do not know this is really a viable option. I mean, what if someone asks me a question? I must be able to answer.
You just put on your Russian accent.
Yeah.
They'll be totally believable. Oh, I've got it. I do have points in disguise. I can make up your face like you've had a mouth injury, and all you've got to do is talk funny, drop the German accent, and talk like you've been fucked up. We'll put a bandana, and I'll have a prosthetic right for you.
So I should pretend to be Henry.
Okay.
She's
You
gonna
could just be me.
That was a low blow.
He's not that short.
No, you are. So we're super spies. You can surely adjust your accent for this mission.
He put all his points
Root,
into killing.
you're
and
covered.
beating.
I thought you were high on the opium leaf. It's amazing how clear you sound now.
I just have no inhibitions.
I see.
The
All right.
loss of my spleen is not affecting my speech.
If you can disguise me and you feel like this is a thing that we can do, then all right, very well. If Root is in, then I guess I am in, considering that Root is a gimp, and of course I am not.
Use some shoe black to dye your hair, and for God's sake, quit dressing so German. And
Take
use
off
an
the
accent.
later hose.
Yes, just don't be as German as you are right now, and you'll be fine.
Don't you have any disguise points in disguise? I thought we all had like.
I of course
disguise.
I have a tiny bit of disguise myself, and
I got
I
quite
hear
a lot.
you that
Yes,
And the rest of you have no disguise
and
for
make
me.
sure you pack away your swastika. We can't have you flinging that around.
Flinging it around.
And stop goose stepping in your thigh-high black boots.
And as
I am not a member, or nor was I ever a member of the party. But
and as
Just
fashionable
don't heil everywhere you
as
go,
that
you'll be
SS
fine.
coat is, and it's very nice looking.
so, question about the rules, Byron.
Yeah.
2 points of disguise. Can I disguise my voice, or is that
Yeah,
like?
2 points is like you're in the top in the world.
All right.
Oh no!
Then
He's going to suddenly talk
You were
like
like-
this.
You were like almost as good as Hannibal Smith.
well, old chum, I guess we're going off to the Russian sector after all.
Oh god,
Or
Your cigar.
that's
perhaps I am not the British. Perhaps I am the Russian. We, of course, are hearty people. We love this. Yes. We'll do this. Yes.
Well,
Perfect.
man.
All right. There you go.
Drink a lot
2
of
points of
vodka.
disguise.
I don't know which was scarier, the ghoul that almost ate me or standing in front of you as you did that horrible montage of loose-lipped... Listen, it's like this, all right? Yes, old chap. Oh, with a man your size and stature, kind of walking away, instructing you, but yeah, let's just disguise ourselves and go.
Yes, it shouldn't be a problem. Let's do it.
All right. Yes.
We've got our tank.
So
We'll
keep
do
in mind,
this. We'll do this.
keep in mind also that the following morning, when you guys sought to connect to your person in England or what have you with your thing, that he let you know that the Russian sector was sealed by the Russians. So getting in or out of Vienna is going to be quite difficult.
But getting into the Russian sector should not be too hard. Have we been given funds, money for bribes?
I'm not sure. Were you?
Also, what
Who's
skill do
got
you use to
preparedness?
make fake paperwork? Forgery?
Yeah, forgery.
Does
Yeah,
any,
definitely forgery.
I have no forgery. I am not a forger.
I got
Let
one.
me see what I got.
Well, let me check mine.
I've got one.
I don't think I have any.
Nope, I don't have any either.
Pretty sure somebody had some because they were looking at the documents.
Yeah, I've got one.
Okay.
And you will create us Russian papers so that we may cross into the Russian zone?
Yeah, so why don't I spend some time doing that, because it's not a quick process, whilst you go and kill the vampire. No, we need that for you to be killing the vampire,
Well-
I guess. So yeah, I would, can I spend, Byron, can I spend point of preparedness, of which I have a whole shitload, along with my point spend of forgery, to have anticipated that we would need papers from all these places, just in case?
So preparedness is not a point spend one. It's one you roll.
Okay. So
But you can roll.
I got
there
a
is
bunch.
There is a pre-assigned difficulty to what you're doing.
all right. Do I get to know that, or are you just going to be mean to me? Dun, dun,
I'm
dun.
gonna let you roll, and you
Okay.
can choose to spend points
Yeah.
off of your thing if you wish.
In it is.
I'm going to spend 3. And I'm going to, oh, Jesus, I'm going to roll a 3. So there's just a 6. And if it's a penalty, I'm in trouble.
All right. So this would be to be able to do gray cards, which would basically give you access to Vienna from the Russian side.
Okay, so not any of the various areas, but okay, fair enough.
Right. Yeah. You have to have paperwork for the particular areas.
Yeah. So I think as he's mentioning this, if I could do
But
it,
if you're already in the British zone, you don't need paperwork to get here.
you know, Mueller, that's a good point, actually. And I'm digging through my bag and I pull out my sort of, manila envelope. I almost forgot to tell you, I've got these.
All right. So you said you spent 3. What was your? Or spent
My
3
roll
points.
was
What
my roll was 3, and I spent 3, so 6 total,
Okay. Sounds good, man.
which brings me down to 5.
Yep. Those should be paperwork passes that were or gray cards that would satisfy getting you into the Soviet zone.
Oh, very good.
Okay. So basically, getting into the Soviet zone obviously wasn't really all that difficult. So the Soviet legation is at the Hotel Imperial, is where they are at. There is the Soviet Forces HQ is at the Palais Epstein. And the MGB prison in Vienna is at the Hardtgemüt, or whatever the name of that thing is. Like Hardtgas, I guess.
This Russian diplomat would be located in the first hotel you mentioned?
Most likely Hotel Vodenberg.
Okay. I think that should be the lead we tack on to, at least for the moment. It seems like a lead that could get her out of Vienna, at least with some work.
And Klaus, if you remember, Klaus Voldenberg was an associate of Gelen Org, who was the guy that had this stuff that brought you guys here. The Nazi. The
Okay.
Nazi on the Yahtzee.
All right, so we have a good lead. So once we're in,
Now, I got a question. If this leads to, like, her, are we just going to kill her? Or is there more information that we need to go after? Because I think we have a habit of having that conversation, like, as we've realized that we've already started to try to kill something.
well, the problem is if it's a heavily occupied hotel, if we make too much noise, then we're going to be fighting a large number of Russians, and that's not going to work out very well.
You're so right there. Oh, God, so we got a kidnapper?
We want to try to survive this. Right. So we want to try to survive this at the end of the day. So puts us in quite a difficult situation. However, she needs a place where she could be out of direct sunlight. She seems like she prefers. Well, when did we find her coffin? On the first floor, or was it in the basement? I'm trying to remember.
You found hers on the second floor.
Yeah.
It was on the second floor. I mean, with the right preparation, she could be in the room, or maybe she's found some other place to hold up. But I guess we just have to go with the room. Maybe we try to meet. Maybe we try to meet with her husband, and ascertain if it's actually her.
The coffin we saw was covered with earth, correct? Or was it just clean?
Yeah. It had earth inside it.
If we had to guess, is it like 500 pounds of earth, or is it like, a few pounds of earth?
Enough to probably 2 inch, 3 inches deep in the whole coffin. So, that's a decent amount.
I see. So only a few inches of the dirt is required. So she could travel with a bag of dirt, perhaps, and move. She's probably quite mobile. Yes. It does make it more difficult.
Yeah, the options of where she could be is a lot more varied than we originally thought.
If we could just simply destroy her coffin, then she would have to retreat to her nearest coffin. If it is not close enough, then it's a good possibility that she might die, yes? Or do you think that she can just simply crawl into the earth into a torpor?
No idea. Anyone ever heard of a vampire digging into the earth?
So
I have one vampirology.
Yeah.
She would probably need the earth to be in a torpor and stay there for any particular amount of time. But
do we think she needs her own earth, or does she need any earth?
Probably her own. You know that.
So if we were to destroy her, simply gold to destroy her coffin, that might be enough. If we were to bring, say, a Molotov cocktail, it is a Russian sector after all, and simply light her coffin on fire, would that not be enough?
Well, she's not going. She's rich though, so she's.
We did put holy water. We did treat her her coffin, the dirt in her coffin, with holy water.
True.
Yes. So we could perhaps, if we can find her new coffin, treat it or burn it, and make that our goal, and then perhaps wait outside and see what we see. It would certainly put her in a difficult position, it seems, and that might make her more vulnerable to attack. I do not suggest, having dealt with her whatever that thing was, that zombie, I do not suggest that we go directly at her. For if the zombie was even 1/10 of her strength, she will destroy us should we meet her head to head.
True.
That was a
Farouk groans loudly at the mention of the
Yes.
zombie.
If we could get her while she's sleeping, that would be the ideal situation.
I think that's right, because then we could kill her
You
quietly.
see, Henley. Oh, sorry.
I was just saying, then we could kill her quietly, right? If we do it right by the book.
I do not think that we're good at killing things quietly.
Because we've not tried.
Not typically, but
Be honest.
Yeah, right. Have we really tried?
What we do?
I mean, yeah, we did. We did really well. We killed that one vampire.
Yeah.
Yeah,
quietly.
but the problem is
That was quiet.
We couldn't get the stake in deep enough to finish it off quickly.
Well, you see, the thing I'm thinking of is to do this without actually ever being in the same room as her. So, if we were to stake it out, find her coffin, burn it while she's not in it, and then when she's running for cover, we, shoot her in the back of the head, say, or do something else. But not while she's feeling refreshed.
Bullets have not been incredibly effective. I mean, eventually.
Yeah, because he shot a lot of bullets.
Yes.
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 Yes, you did.
I'm thinking we could start with the knives and go from there. It'll be quieter.
Yeah. I agree. I think a quiet attack, or, and I swear this day would never come, Lord, but what Mueller said is actually very wise, is we try to ruin the coffin and make sleeping hard, and Get her on her back. Get her on her heels.
That's
Yes,
what
the
I
only
said.
problem with ruining her coffin is it would require us to go in at night when she's active and out of her coffin, which gives her a distinct advantage. In other words, we can't try to go outside to escape.
She
just had a
was
thought.
outside of her coffin in the afternoon when we were there.
If the sun was going down. By the time we got outside, the sun was down, or somebody smuggled her out.
If only we had a small flying device with a very compact explosive.
I know.
I'm not sure
A small
why
camera,
I'm thinking of
a
this.
small remote camera.
You see,
Yes, exactly,
Totally.
exactly.
Byron's like every fucking episode about the drones already. You're not getting
What?
them.
That is a good name for it. Yes.
Right.
Oh, that's a fabulous name. Just drone. I like
Ever
it.
and ever and ever.
Wait, the what? Those don't exist.
They small
We're
dirigible.
inventing here.
Yeah.
I had a dream.
1948, you might get a V2 rocket, but you ain't getting no damn drone.
All right then.
Okay, so
I mean, I'm cool
question.
with that.
We have encountered, so my first question is, do these characters don't have knowledge of what our former characters did, right?
Correct.
So yeah, so
I was
as far
joking.
as
But they do have knowledge that you don't necessarily know as players yet. You know what I mean? Like you.
right, so
Simple questions.
that's what I'm going to ask next. So what do we as players at this point know about vampires in general? Because
So they
we've been making some assumptions that I want to make sure are correct.
They exist. Beheading seems to work to take care of them. Obviously, the holy water is something that they are reactionary to. Stake through the heart paralyzes them, so that to be able to take care of them. Garlic on window ledges prevent them from entering. They still can't enter a room without being invited.
Can they leave a room? Is there any kind of directional anything since, you know what I mean?
They can leave a room because they've already been invited. That's the only way.
Do we know about the bowl
But the
trick?
garlic with them, they can't cross
No,
it?
you don't. You haven't heard anything about a bowl trick. No, the garlic wouldn't keep them in
Okay.
because they would be able to. Well, I mean, possibly.
Okay.
Right, but they we know from the annotations that they can at least one of the vampires can use his telepathy or hypnotism or whatever to get people to move the garlic and change the conditions.
Correct.
Yeah.
From the book that happened.
Right, there were annotations about that specifically. So what about what I don't see? What I don't see in here is the whole bodies of water thing, and I don't see the sunlight thing. So what do we know about sunlight in vampires? Is it some of them? Is it all of them?
You're not exactly sure. The ones you've encountered have all been allergic to sunlight. Definitely hurts them. So if you know she's going to be moving, she's going to be moving at night. So during the day, like in these hours that you have now, she's probably not moving around.
What about the bodies of water?
There really isn't any water right here, so it's not really.
Okay. So it's not a factor in this case.
Okay, and then do these characters know that different vampires have different strengths and weaknesses?
Absolutely.
Yeah, okay.
In Saving Private Ryan, they had a sticky bomb. Do we know how to make sticky bombs?
Oh, guaranteed I know how to make sticky bombs.
I would say you probably would know how to make a sticky bomb, but you don't have the items that you need to make.
My bet is he chews sticky bombs as gum. That's what.
And do any of you superior British know any British officers or supply agencies in the zone who would have the materials so that we could put together some sticky bombs? This is the only way we'll have any chance at all of pausing this girl or her minions. God forbid we meet another zombie.
Well, I actually do, given my refresh of network, friend, know exactly such a chap. His name is Chauncey. He's a bit of an asshole, but he owes me a favor.
Oh. Well, this Chauncey sounds like a good person.
Need
Chauncey.
is everyone call in all your favors?
Yeah.
And perhaps is enough material? Can you see? Maybe we could each get 2 sticky bombs, and 1 to take out the vampire, and 1 to put on our person. Should we need to hug the vampire and explode ourselves to destroy her?
I'm watching, like, next to Byron's head, the 2-point spin, 4-point spin, 6-point spin, 9-point spin. I'm like, nope, it's all gone. Let me think about that.
Varut will throw in at the mention of Jason, I forget your character's name.
Parton.
His reference of Chauncey. What's that?
Parton.
What was your name again?
Not to mention that, but you do
Parton.
realize
I
that
should change them
if
now.
Vienna is already sealed off from getting out, and you start a giant ruckus there, it's probably not going to end well. There's a lot of Red Army in Vienna,
Yes, that's true.
like thousands, not like.
I was just going to say that I would be happy to throw a point of network at this.
I was going to say we could pool network, right, Byron?
Yeah.
Yep.
At this, at the mention of Chauncey, I'm going to say, tell Chauncey Varut says hi, and I'm going to reference something very obscure that sounds slightly erotic, and you don't really know what it means. And then I smile weakly, and just make a remark that that should get you a sticky bomb or 2.
Sticky.
I'd rather have wet spaghetti than dry spaghetti.
Old times. Tell us the old times.
Like, I have to think. You reference some document, and I'm immediately like, oh, I know that document very well, and I'm oblivious to this, even though we worked closely together for all these years. Right, I'll tell him
Exactly.
the weekly submission of the 10. Okay, yeah. So that'll give us how many points, Byron, to sort of, and could you re-describe, Dan, what your plan was there?
What were you trying to get with these networks, man?
The idea is a set of bombs that, like a sticky bomb, that we could use either to throw at short range and have explode, hopefully on their contact with their victim, or set a fuse that we throw and then go blows up, and also possibly, go Unabomber in a little bit, like not Unabomber, I guess, but what is the right word? Self-explosive. If we need to have one on our person, at the very least, what you could do is have it set up right where you're like, I've got it. I grab hold of vampire and it explodes, right? So it may be that the only way to deliver the bomb is through our own person, but the hope is that we could throw it, have it stick to them, and blow up.
So somebody roll me a d6.
Not me. I'm afraid.
I will.
That Mueller's coming up with a plan is scary. Just saying.
Yeah.
And I think it should involve more calisthenics, but
What was that, Tara?
It was a 5.
A 5? Okay. So you guys can basically get access to 3 German stick grenades or
Or
1 unexploded 105 millimeter shell.
Oh, wait. Some people call it a shell.
What would you like?
I
3
call it a
small
suppository.
explosives or one very large explosive?
Say
It's very hard to administer a shell that large without some sort of
Either way, it's going to require some. If you want to repurpose that into a sticky bomb, it is going to require some explosives rolls.
Yeah, I can do
but
that.
Is that large bomb going to be quiet? Weren't we going for quiet?
Oh fuck no, it ain't going to be quiet. The small bombs ain't going to be
Yeah.
quiet.
It's kind of an emergency situation if we need to use them, though, to a degree.
You could get one or the other, 3 small or 1 large.
What do you guys say? One large?
But that, I don't know. But what if we encounter like another one of these ghouls or something?
And we have to kill it in the same way we killed the previous one.
Oh.
Letting it eat Baru.
Tincture chins and stab it with a crucifix.
Yeah, I point at the hospital bed. I'm like, that way you mean?
Well, what's about, say, a box of grenades? Certainly there's a few of those sitting around, no? No?
No, most of that stuff's all been used or repurposed and moved. And I mean, it's 1948, so
Damn that post-war effort.
You're more in the post-war effort and cleaning stuff up than you are the pre-war effort. So,
All right.
and
well,
you're in like Vienna, Austria. It's not really like a main front. You know, it hasn't been a main front in quite a while.
I wonder if the Russians perhaps have been storing arms in attempt to defend themselves from the Western Allies. Perhaps there'll be more that we can steal once we're across the border.
True.
Also, the people manning the barrier between the Russian and the non-Russian zone. Is that like more fortified? Like there might be more.
Yeah, it's a fortified with a barrier and so forth. There are several people at the checkpoints.
Well, I'll just say out of character. I think we're all gonna die if we don't have more explosives. I think we all will die with explosives, but I think we'll definitely die without killing her, without explosives.
I think we need a better plan than frontal combat.
I want the explosives. I think we should do the big show and use it as an emergency situation. Like we need to blow up her coffin. We need to blow up a room and create a distraction. I think the show.
Do we need to blow up her coffin? Are there other ways to destroy it?
I think we could burn her coffin. I think though that if we need her,
I mean, if we get the chance to do it in a non-explosive way, I think that's a great idea. But you know.
Well, we could. I mean, I'll say out of character. I mean, I'm Mueller, right? So I'm not offering a lot of stuff in character because if you want some calisthenics or how to work out a trolley horse, I'm your man. You know, we could get more holy water and more chips, like Haru was saying. So that we could bless the new coffin. We could just carry like a little bit of gasoline or kerosene or something, so that we can easily, it doesn't take a lot. We can light that sucker on fire. And she can try and sleep in if she wants to, but it's going to be a bunch of dirt and ashes. So I think the coffin, even if she tries to climb inside of it, if it's on fire, I think it's going to hurt her.
I mean, if we just consecrate the earth, that's the quietest thing that we can do.
Right.
Fire's pretty quiet too, but without harming other people, absolutely. It'll take time, though, right?
What are you talking about?
Well, how long does it take to do the consecration? Can we just put the chips in, throw the water, and run, or does it take like 20 minutes?
Hard to know.
It's about faith. It's about faith and prayer. You can't just. It's not like having a piss. You've got to put the holy water in there and read some things and pray. You can't.
Our predecessors were using consecrated hosts and holy water. I mean, burning the earth doesn't actually do anything to it.
You burn the coffin.
Right.
And then it's just
It's not the vessel, it's the earth.
Well, I mean, if we can put holy water on the earth, that's great. And then chop away the coffin to make it so that she can't lay in it comfortably, that's good enough for me.
So, Byron, does our knowledge inform this discussion at all?
I mean, you definitely think to putting the holy water in the consecration biscuits or whatever you want to call them.
Consecration biscuits.
The holy wafers, you mean?
I'm backing away from the computer. Less lightning strike.
It's a crouton of Christ, I think. Or...
Crouton of Christ.
That is the name of this episode. Crouton of Christ.
Well, I have this image of Cookie Monster as a vampire. We're putting
you know that most croutons are actually made of Jewish challah bread, which is a specific type of bread that's good for croutons.
I didn't know that. That's pretty awesome.
So, there you go.
I suppose the croutons could be.
It's good for the Jews. It's good for us.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh God. So,
that's how Moses makes his tea. He broods it.
Oh my god.
Okay.
So I think we know
So
what we're
I
doing.
vampire.
can stab myself.
So holy wafers, holy water, 3 grenades. I really prefer 3 grenades over 1 bomb. We can do 1 bomb if you like.
Also, how are we approaching the hotel? Like, let's just we just going in.
Fucking hit it.
Yeah, well,
We'll just go in as we go in as maintenance people or something like that. The classic.
well, you think if it's heavily occupied that's going to fly. I bet you what would be better if, why don't we just do a little surveillance and see what's going on there? And then we figure it out. Disguise, Mueller offs a couple Russians, we get uniforms, sneak in, Mueller kills a vampire.
Yeah, that's an option.
Also, if we take the hotel staff uniforms and some keys, then we'll have almost universal access to the rooms. It might, and also no one will even look us at our face. They will think,
It's not like the MGM Grand. It's like a small. No, it's not very like 300 people that work there. It's like 10.
Well, I agree then. If it's small, uniforms are good. People will not even remember our faces if we're wearing uniforms.
Like they know the names of all the people that work there. Like all easily. They know what you look like.
Okay, so it's a small.
Yeah,
area.
it's not. It's not like this gigantic.
So it's small enough that if we were to put a big explosive device in it, we could blow the whole thing up at once, right?
Probably not 105. No.
Damn it! It's right in the middle between. It's too big. No, sorry. It's okay.
105 is not enough to blow up a building.
Hmm.
There'll be some major damage.
Do we know how many floors it is?
It's like 3.
3 floors. We know she likes to be on the 2nd or 3rd floor normally, although we only have a small measurement, so she could be in the basement. But she seems to like the 2nd or 3rd floor. So we need to get to the 2nd or 3rd floor. We need access to her coffin. Possibly we need to blow her and us up. That would
Her and us.
yes, possible.
I think part of our
I don't want to die, so
part of our surveillance should
let's
be to
not do
figure out
that.
if there are any windows on the 2nd
Right.
or 3rd floor that are covered at odd hours, like covered during the day. You know, to understand if she's.
Have you been to a hotel? All the windows.
I
are
have,
You have to
dude.
spend
I
a
have
good
my
part of
windows
the
open.
day,
I don't
like,
give a-
messing with-
Are they?
You guys have spent a good part of the day getting explosives and your paperwork and
What
Yes,
if
sir.
we just get a priest to exercise or consecrate every room?
What is her name again? Carmilla?
This one. Which
Yeah,
one was
Carmilla.
this one? The actual name
Are
or
you talking about the one?
the alias?
I'm
The
sorry, say again.
alias would be Carmali di Petra.
Yeah.
Molly
Roger Petra.
that's assuming she's at the hotel phone. But
Okay. Well, I am all done with my exercises. Are we leaving?
Am I? How many days into this exercise is this? I'm trying to figure out whether I'm attending or whether I'm still recuperating.
it's been about 3 days.
Am I well enough to be throwing bombs at people, or
Okay, so we're all booted up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
okay?
Jolly good old chap.
What guise am I in? Are we?
Oh yes, Farouk. Of course you're in.
What
This is
guise
my best.
am I? What guise
English
am I in?
accent.
Oh God.
What is your gray cards like? What are they lined up for? To be able to get into the Russian center. Are you
Specific.
going as civilians, military personnel?
No, I think it would be military. I think we're all savvy enough to be able to pull that
Oh,
off.
I'm so going as a nurse.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe we
Okay.
should all go as medical professionals. If we go as military, someone might tell us orders. But if we go in as doctors, military doctors, then and nurses and orderlies, then people will think, oh, we should let them go. They have an important mission. Huh?
No. I think that that if they don't know why we have some sort of purpose for being there, we're more likely to get stopped. If we just look like rank and file, we'll be able to move faster. That's my thought on it.
But he might.
All right.
Why does he have 2 points in one day? But he does. God help us all. This is your second. I pat him on his shoulder. We do need clearance, though, because what if she's got allies and she's behind some sort of special guard and we walk up like blokes that just think we belong there and we wind up getting shot in the, bad place.
Well, guards in general belong there.
But do they?
Doctors don't necessarily belong there.
That's true.
Well, Henley, you're far more strategic and tactical than I. So please lead us, and we'll follow.
All right, let's do the. All right, then let's. We'll get military outfits, real convincing ones. We should have somebody be the equivalent of like a sergeant. I don't know.
I'm gonna say,
like, instead of it just being a bunch of privates running around.
Tara, what's your character? Varut? I think it's got to be Varut. She's the most rational of all of us. I hate saying that, but it's true. Because as I watch Tara's corner,
the most rational?
No, if I count eye rolls per episode,
more rational than Mueller.
But I mean, she could be a.
Well, who here has other languages? Who here has Russian, for example? I only have the German.
I have Russian.
Who else?
I have
me.
Languages.
I don't know. Looking.
Oh, I'm looking at your character sheet. I'm sorry.
I only, like I said, I have a character. I have the one. Whoever it is who can speak the Russian, I think should be the highest ranking member of our team and should speak for us.
I have one, but it's not defined. I could be Russian.
Yeah, I have one.
I think if you have one, it means you speak one language. But
no, it's extra. It is a little extra. I think it gives you
an extra.
It's 2 languages per point, if I'm right. I think.
Is that right?
Okay. I'm not 100% sure.
So I have French and English. I already know, so I would have one more. I could be Russian. Makes sense.
I must have German and English, so I probably don't have Russian. I have 1 point.
That's true.
Well, you have a native language. So Byron, tell us, how does that work? Do you have a native language and one more, or do you get to choose 2 foreign languages per point?
I'm almost there. I had to find it. By the way, buy this book. It's amazing. And the art on every page is incredible. Hang on. Page 20.
Byron, so we had a question. Is it, if you have 1 point of language, how many languages do you have?
I believe it's...
No, so if you got 1 point, okay, so for each rating point in languages, you're verbally fluent and literate in a number of languages other than your native tongue. So you speak German, Mueller, and then if you've got 1 point, you get to add 2 additional languages.
Okay. So then I would have English and French would be my first 2. So French is my native, English is my first additional, and then I could be Russian.
I guess I speak, my first language is German and my other 2 are English and Russian, I guess. This will make it so much easier. I'm only 75% chance of going to the stockade.
Well,
it couldn't happen to a more deserving fellow.
Oh, thank you. That's very kind.
Well, if we don't try, we'll never know.
That's right. So we went with army uniforms, and we went with 3 explosives or 1 large explosive.
I think Henley wanted the 1 large.
1 large explosive, and I'm going to stickify it. I'll make a roll. I'm gonna make it nice and sticky.
How big is the 1 explosive?
It's a shell.
It's
a shell, so it's
like Fat Boy.
Pretty big. Like a loaf of bread, probably.
Yeah.
So we will impersonate the Russian military office or uniform. Henley and a couple others shall be officers, or how are we doing this?
I got a 5 on preparing the shell for maximum awesomeness.
Maximum stickage.
No, just in general, like because it's a shell, I have to probably do some work on it to make it so it will explode in a timely fashion. Instead of because it's meant to be fired out of a big fucking cannon
without you hitting it with a hammer or something weird and standing with a mallet.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm hitting it with a hammer, then we're basically super desperate. All right, so we have Varut, you're coming in, correct?
Yes.
Do you want to be a nurse in this one? Because obviously, you're
As a female, yeah.
Yeah, you're not going to be in the military. You want to be a nurse?
The best snipers in the Russian military are women. Are you crazy? It's a communist country. They do not know this sexist bullshit.
It's interesting to say that from, the German.
Oh, the Fräulein. That's entirely different.
I think probably medical personnel is the most generic that I can be.
Yes, and one medical person amongst a group of soldiers is not that weird.
I think that maybe a nurse and an orderly, because it would be kind of weird for me to be traveling solo.
That's fair. Who wants to be an orderly?
Well, I am very large. I will be the orderly. I can help carry the patients.
All right. So we have an orderly outfit and a sexy nurse outfit for Varut. And then we will be soldiers.
Yeah. Clinton,
Parton, and Henley will all be soldiers. Who's a good talker? Like everybody knows Russian, I'm assuming, right?
It seems like it, yes.
Yeah, we all just learned Russian all of a sudden. Bing. Who's a good talker?
I mean,
I'm a nurse. I could talk to anybody.
Yeah, by role, right? We're supporting, so we probably wouldn't be having a lot of a dialogue. Mueller's going to break necks if the patient gets, has a seizure. He just holds him down, all rough and weird, and then, let the nurse do it.
All right, works for me.
Looking at the interpersonal skills, I'm more intimidating than I am flirty or flattery.
Yeah.
I'm a little flirty and a little flattery, so.
I'm pretty balanced.
And of course, I have an aid in disguise, so I could easily pull off the whole nurse in charge thing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay, works for me. All right, let's do this.
You guys have your plan in place.
Yeah, and I've got a little reassurance to be able to help out with that, as if people are doubtful.
All right, so let's get in there.
So your plan is to slip into the Russian occupied area.
Yes.
And go to the Hotel Wardenburg.
Can Mueller drive? Are we going to drive a truck? Mueller is a really good driver.
Yeah, sure.
So who is the patient? If I am the orderly and Varut is the doctor, is one of you the wounded one?
So you guys going to be driving a Russian truck?
Is that what we're doing? Is transporting a patient?
Well, that's the question. What is our story?
We'll be bringing a patient into the hotel.
Yeah.
I just mean to get in across the border.
Oh. I mean, we have paperwork. We just present the paperwork.
Okay, so you guys are just going to pick up.
Is there any chance that we've got blood transfusions?
Wearing Russian uniforms and driving?
Well, I mean, we have the paperwork, but I'm saying I agree with the voice in the sky. We need to have a truck. But other than that, we don't need an exhaustive cover story. I mean, it's like we're just crossing over. We'll just present our papers and just go from there. If we need,
our cover story only covers the border. It doesn't cover our movements within.
Yeah, exactly. If we have paperwork, we shouldn't be asked too many questions. We should just be able to name a commanding officer. Basically, is that like we were sent out by this commanding officer, and then we just don't go into any details about what our mission is because it's none of his fucking business.
But what if we're stopped while we're in that territory? This is likely.
I don't know. We're just we just say that we're heading to the hotel on business. There's been an incident.
Right, and I think based on the type of response that we get, we can adjust our story on the fly. But the key is we've got to get access to that hotel. Yeah.
And again, we don't have enough intelligence to know how buckled down this hotel is. Is it like a fortress? Is it just like, is this diplomat even that protected? Maybe people don't give a shit about him. Maybe maybe he's not that important.
Well, it really can't be any
What does our
worse
intel tell us?
than having to traipse through the Alps to get to a castle or whatever it was that we just did, right?
You know, I haven't spent any network yet, and this all used to be German territory. Can I spend some network points to find someone in this zone who used to work there who can fill us in on all the details about the hotel?
Someone that used to work at the hotel.
Someone who is like, yeah, someone who used to work there, like use my network to find somebody
Ooh,
who used to work there, and for a few pounds will tell us what we need to know.
I would say you might be able to find somebody like that, but not in the British occupied side.
Well, it's possible then. Can I use my network in the Russian zone since it used to be German?
I mean, once you're over there.
Is that something we can plan on? Like, is something that I know, or is it something that I just don't know?
You could try. It wouldn't hurt.
Well, let me ask you this. With my 7 network points, what are my options for getting information on the hotel?
You create a network over there. You know what I mean? It's just a matter of how many points you want to spend and exactly what you're looking for once you decide.
Right. So I was looking for like someone to give us a rundown on the hotel, the people who work there, like what they look like, so we'd have a better idea how to approach the hotel once we get to there, and we could form a better plan. Like maybe I can use my network points to actually know someone who works in the hotel and use them as an agent. How many points would that be?
Probably 2 points.
All right.
Depends on how much you want to get out of them.
How about someone who can let us know who's checked into the hotel and what room, like the person matching Carmilla's description might be in? How many points would that be?
That'd be at least 2 questions you're asking, so you'd have to go 3 points then.
All right, I will do a 3-point spend to find some Germans who have been taken over by the Russians to give us information like that about that, so we know. Hopefully, at the end of that, right, we'll know what room or about what room she's in, and more about what we need to do when we get to the hotel. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
Works for me.
And I have some old contacts in this village, I believe, who can help us with information. Greta and Hans.
Wait a minute.
So once we're in, we can talk with them.
Yes, as we drive across the border. I'm assuming, are we in now, Byron?
Yeah, pretty much. So
Okay.
you don't have too much trouble getting over there. You find an appropriate truck. You don't just pick some random truck up.
Well, also for 1 point spent, I have a cherry where I can steal any vehicle. So if we need to get something particular, I can spend a point. But in any case, right now we have an old truck, and we're driving across the border. Yes, Hans and Greta. Hopefully they will set us up once we're inside. How far is the drive across the border to the village?
Probably about an hour.
Okay.
Yeah, so you can get to, you look him up and you meet him in an old bar somewhere.
Hans, how are you? Did you happen to bring some snacks?
They have.
So-
pretzels.
We've talked about
excellent.
we've talked about this, and of course, what would you like? This time it is lime, bean, and ham again. So sorry, and chicken pasta. But that's what gave you the shits the last time. So let's just have the lima, all right? I open his can of rations, give him his fucking.
All right, we'll eat. All right, I'll stop with the snacks. Hans, I am not actually a Russian. I'm in disguise.
Sure.
I need you. I know that we knew each other during the war. Now it's crucial. We must have the details of that you and Greta know about the hotel. About.
Are you meeting with him by yourself, or?
I assume that the group's coming to the bar.
Yeah.
It's not too obvious.
You might be slightly intimidated by the entire group.
Yeah, I think I would sit in a corner where I have a vantage point of anyone else who might notice him talking, because that when a contact gets burned, some shit can happen. So I'll
Do not worry, Hans. I have some people watching the door and some other spots. Oh, could you pass the pretzels, please? Thank you very much. So, Hans, tell me again, what is it you, Greta, have found out? This Carmilla, she's also going by this other name, the Carmilla. She's a small girl. She looks like a girl. Dark hair. What was the color of the wig we had? I'll pull the color hair out from the wig or the hair we had to show him.
Okay. Yeah. He says that. He says I do know of this person. He says I know her by description, not by name. I don't think she is directly registered at hotel, but I believe she may frequent the hotel and visit a Franz Herbert.
Franz Herbert?
Franz Herbert. Yes.
That's the name she's using.
No, that's the.
She went to visit. Oh wait, I'm not there. I'm
she-
sorry.
She visits. She's a woman of the night, you know.
I see. The small girl is a woman of the night.
Yes, you know what kind I mean.
Oh shit. They're with the
Okay.
printer net or the camera net.
Oh no.
Oh no, I'm just using the restroom.
Oh,
Be
wait.
right back.
Okay.
I was just
All right. So,
Yeah, if it was Brinternet, he would have frozen
Yeah.
the screen.
I'm
Yes,
also
I'm
going to
gonna-
take a potty break.
all right. Do you guys want to take a little bio break now, or?
Refer to it as a lady of the night. But
I mean,
who knows? Maybe
it could just be
maybe
really
Newer
bad
got-
fun. I mean,
Right.
it is Byron. Could just be a bad pun.
Actually, odd thing, Byron. I do have another thing to consider. It's highly unlikely, but we did see what vehicle she took, correct?
Hmm.
Yeah, you know she took a black sports car.
Yeah, I mean, we could look around the hotel and see if there's a black sports car. I mean, guaranteed she dumped it somewhere. I mean, but you never know. People make mistakes. Monsters make mistakes. She might be attached to it emotionally in some way, and want to hold on to it, thinking that she got clear scot-free. I think we should look around at the vehicles around the hotel, just for the hell of it.
Find one with a trunk full of earth.
You never know.
I don't know, a trunk full of her.
Hey, honestly, like there's so many.
You start randomly breaking into black sports cars.
Like even supernatural creatures make mistakes sometimes.
Supernatural mistakes.
So,
All right.
all right.
So yeah, so you're talking to Hans.
Yes, Hans. Tell me more. Tell me more.
I mean,
Oh, do you have some mustard over there? Is that good mustard or is that not? Oh, it looks delicious. Thank you.
It's like I don't know what else you want me to tell you.
So she has a. What room number is she staying in? Now.
She doesn't stay in their room. That's what I told you.
Oh, I'm sorry. I can't hear you. I'm sorry.
She visits the hotel. she does not reside at hotel.
Oh, she doesn't stay there. She just uses it for business.
Yeah, you know, the kind of business the men and women have at night.
I see. Does she keep a regular schedule, or is it more a little random?
I mean, I never really tracked it.
I see. If I shove a
suppose
couple
this
more
could be a bad
network
time.
points up your butt, will you know? No, sorry. So what about Greta? Does Greta know more?
No, I have not seen her.
I see. So, but she's there several nights a week in the evening.
I mean, I've seen her there before. Just Franz Herbert. He resides at hotel.
Franz Herbert. her keeper. He resides there. So he has a room there, and she just comes and goes at night to do business. Is that right?
Yes.
I see. All right, very well. Thank you.
So
You are a patriot.
So as all this
just imagining.
conversation is going over, is there a way for those of us who are sitting kind of away from that conversation to kind of assess, for one, how guarded is his contact once the conversation comes up? Are there anybody around him kind of really paying really close attention to this guy, this hotelier or whatever he is? Just to understand,
pretty innocuous.
Yeah, pretty just like, okay, they're having a conversation. Nobody's,
Just like, two dudes having a conversation. This guy's pretty laid back. He doesn't seem to be like any kind of like using tradecraft to choice his words or anything like that.
I will warn you, Hans. She's very dangerous to you and the people of this village. She has harmed many people. Whatever you can help me to tell I and my friends.
Does she like steal their wallets?
I'm just imagining that this is the completely wrong girl.
It's
Very
We're
possible.
doing all this
could
planning.
be. Yeah, could be.
She's a scam artist, a con girl. She takes wallets.
It is far worse. Worse than you can imagine.
She takes their virginity. Oh, wait.
I don't think France haven't had virginity.
Well, but so just be forewarned. You should take some care around her. And if you learn about more, perhaps you should let us know. That is why we are here.
Perhaps I don't want to know more. Stop telling me. If she's so dangerous, I don't want to know anything else.
Very well.
No reason for her to have reasons.
It's true. We'll help you take care of this problem of her. You must, though, if you find out more information.
Problem.
Pardon?
She's not a problem. She just comes to hotel and pays.
Yes, not yet.
Works for money.
So far.
I mean, oldest profession in world.
Let me ask you, when she meets people there, do they actually use the rooms in the hotel or do they go elsewhere? Do you know?
I don't really pay attention.
Really?
I'm not nosy. I mind my own business. I'm just happy that I like fear.
Yes, I understand, Hans. Clearly, I've not spent enough points on you. All right, thank you very much. If I feel like he's giving me everything he's going to give me, I'll go talk to the crew and tell you guys what I found out.
I mean, he's a contact. He works at the hotel, but he doesn't sit there and meticulously write down anything.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, can I ask him about like help with uniforms and such, or no?
Why would you want to work at they just wear clothes?
Right. When I say that he was a contact and everything like that, that means he's not actually officially part of the spy network. He's more like just a local. Is that the idea?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. I thought my network meant that he was savvy to the network, that he was like...
No, he's just a dude.
I was about to be like that. That explains his extreme stupidity. I was
He's
like,
just a dude.
Right.
Why is he so fucking dumb?
Yep. All right, fair enough. All right, I let you guys know what I found out. That she works at the hotel, that her watcher has a room at the hotel. Did he give me a room number for the watcher? Can I get that?
Yeah, he could give you a room number for the where.
But wait, so are you saying in this context that the watcher is her pimp?
This is what the hotelier believes. Now,
She, based off of him seeing men coming in and out of the hotel?
he may have made a lot of assumptions. I attempted to ask him if she actually uses the hotel for her work. He did not even know this. So, but I imagine if they're finding bodies in the hotel, he might have said something. He might have been alarmed. But he made no mention. So I imagine that if she is doing something untoward in the hotel.
Let me go ahead and try this. I'm going to yell across the bar. I'm going to be like, hey, have you ever seen any of the men she brings in leaving?
I think
I snap my finger. I'm like, hey, over here. I point at his contact.
Oh shit! I ducked my head like, here he goes again. I shouldn't have gave him that last shot. I'm like, oh no.
I have an alarm going off. I'll be right back.
We're in an abandoned bar, right?
It's not abandoned. There's people.
Oh, it's not abandoned.
There's people in here.
I'm just gonna gesture for him to come over then.
I'll discreetly, as he does that, he kind of waves him over. I'll just discreetly get up and I'm gonna go to the restroom and change my vantage point just in case this goes weird. To now be on protect Henley duty.
He's a little taken aback with the fact that some stranger just like waving him over.
Hans, come on, real quick.
Very well. I'll bring him over.
He's like, do you know that man?
Yes, this girl is very bad. I'm not here by myself to stop her.
Stop her from what? You crack down on prostitution now.
You don't need to know about that. Just answer this gentleman's questions, and we'll all be fine.
Yes,
Why are you not like hookers? They have
Hans, I'm guessing she brings men up to her room, correct?
Oh, she visits the men at the hotel. I feel like I don't know. Like what I'm saying is not getting through.
Okay. So she visits the men that are staying at the hotel. They're not coming up to her room, correct?
She doesn't have a room.
I don't know anymore. I don't know. What do you want me to say? I would just tell you that. I don't. I'm confused.
I'm just like, out of character. Are we talking about the right person? Is this Carmilla Di Petra that we're talking about? Who the fuck are we even talking about?
Well, I think what we've realized,
right?
I think what we've realized is that the lead that we're on might just be a hooker.
Like he just doesn't know anything, basically.
I mean, he knows something about her, but she might just be a hooker, but she might not, and that sucks.
Yeah.
It could very well be. It could very well be one of her 12 doubles acting as a hooker.
Yes.
Because remember, they all exist. So I think somewhere we got mistook. You remember, the ones that you have the names of were ones that showed up in the criminal enterprises in the British sector. You are now in the Russians. You're looking in the Russian sector for criminals in the British sector.
Oh,
like that's not really like they're not.
Okay, yeah. So she went into. Well, I mean, if she matches the description, then all we have to do is set up some sort of sting operation.
Well, we just have to kill her and see if she doesn't die.
What if she does die?
Well, then it's not her.
Die. She's just a hooker. You kill her, she's dead.
I believe that's collateral damage as well. Well, I'm sorry, I'm not there. I'm peeing, but out of character.
I'm very confused.
Yeah.
Just fuck off, Hans. Just fuck
Hans,
off. Get out of here.
Thank you very much for your service. You're a patriot. We appreciate it.
Your man is rude. He is very. You need to teach him German. Teach him how to be respectful.
My orderly has had too much to drink. Come,
Please,
come.
there's the doctor. There she is. Or the nurse, I'm sorry.
Well, I'm the orderly.
Not even the orderly.
I am done with you. I am done with you. Don't call me again. I will tell Greta not to answer your phone calls.
I am so sorry that he's bothering you. He's had too much mead. Let's away. Come on.
All right, we go away.
I don't know. I leave now.
All right, I suggest that
What is happening?
we're all German now. I suggest we sit in waiting to see if in the evening she approaches the hotel. Either that, or we go and check out her John's room or her pimp's room, and see if there's a coffin there.
Makes the most sense to me. Let's go check out the room during the daytime.
Well, if there was a coffin there, wouldn't you visit during the day, not at night?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. We visit the room during the day, and if we find out nothing from there, then we set up a sting operation at night.
What I'm saying is, if that's where her coffin is, she would likely be going there during the day.
Right.
Well,
Not
the thing
at
is,
night.
She would be seen entering the building
Right,
at some point during the day. But let's
she
go with
comes
her
and
hints
goes.
then.
No, the hotelier does not know exactly her comings and goings. He just sees her at night, which means that's when she's moving around.
Mhm.
That actually speaks more to the fact that she might be something beyond a prostitute.
But also, I mean, I am an older gent and I am married, but these things happen all hours of the day. Most of the time, it's at night when you get home from work, you're traveling, you're doing horrible things. I believe, we are chasing a prostitute, and We're going to realize this as you're removing her head from her body. And I might add, this is probably what Jack the Ripper was all about. Mistaken identity.
Well, it's the only lead we have, as weak as it is. So it's what we have to work with.
Yes.
In the Russian sector.
So why doesn't someone book an appointment with her? If she works at the hotel all the time, concierge with enough cash.
So what I'm hearing is that you want to choose death for that person.
Well, no,
if she happens to be Carmilla.
Why? What?
Basically guaranteed death.
Preceded by probably the best prostitutal experience you could ever have. Maybe.
If it's not a vampire.
If it's not.
I mean, if it's not Carmilla, then I suppose you're fine. However, if you're wrong, then that one person is practically guaranteed to get murdered.
Well, there's the awkward. What you do, right, is you find a way to be that strange person, splash her with the holy water, and if she doesn't start to sizzle, you just say, "I'm sorry, I think prostitutes are dirty." Whatever, and then you run out of the room awkwardly. You know, you do what is it called in medicine? Triage. You find a way to determine if it's Carmilla. If it is, Mueller comes in, stabs her in the heart, she's dead. If it's not, you've just got a bit of an awkward reputation in the local area among the prostitutes.
I mean, it's hard to say. Is she a higher class of prostitute that you have that doesn't walk along the streets in a red light district? We don't know how to reach out to her.
Well, because you just pissed off the one person in town that knows her.
But I think you're both right. I think perhaps we just strap the unexploded shell to the person who goes to see her, and that person is the John Bomb.
The John Bomb.
Not it. Not
That's
it.
right.
Not it.
He either shows it to her or he shows it to her.
Not it.
Either way.
I'm shy.
Not it.
So, I mean, we could try to call upon her and see. We could stake out the hotel and see if she's coming in and out. Oh. If there looks like there's something, if it looks different than our understanding, we could accidentally splash holy water on her, bump into her, and spill a drink.
Wait. I think
to be filled with holy water.
I think I've got a way to rule her out, right? If we know roughly when she left the castle, don't we? The Schlosser, don't we? Because if we know roughly, if we can do some time math, and if this person's been, prostituting and all that during that time, then maybe we're losing time on one of the other 6 people or whatever it was.
Well, no, that wouldn't work.
What?
Yeah, the doubles ruins all that.
The doubles. She would just replace one of the doubles' lives.
Oh, you're right. You were. Why did? Yeah. Right.
I mean, it's not a bad idea. We just need to. I say we just approach it with caution. We could check out the pimp's room during the day. And then we simply or her watcher.
God, I fucking hope
and see if he happens to be some sort of ghoul or something like that. It's not going to be hard for us to get into the hotel during the day and just open up a door.
Yeah.
Yeah. If it happens to be just this one guy there and he's just a normal human, we just beat the shit out of him, and we just leave him unconscious in an alleyway somewhere or something.
Agreed. Operation Pimp Coffin it is.
Byron, what time is it?
10:57.
It's probably
game time.
Yeah, 7 or 8.
7 or 8. Okay, let's do it.
Prime time hooker.
How about this? Let's stake out the hotel this evening and see if she's coming in and out. We'll just do normal stakeout.
Who wants? Should one of us? Is there a lounge at the hotel? Do we know, Byron? Or a bar?
Probably.
Yeah, so somebody can sit in the lobby. We can spread out a little bit. Some in the car, some in the lobby.
Yeah.
Reading a paper. We can switch out so that none of us are staying there for too long, looking like we're just sitting there casing the place like a bunch of weirdos. We just move we'll trade ourselves out.
I think it's not a problem to have clothes so we fit in.
Right now, you're Russian uniforms.
I know. Are we talking about staying in the place in our disguises, or are we talking about switching our clothes to local like attire?
There's probably a fair military presence here. I don't see any reason why we need to change out of military fatigues.
All right, I'll stick with Root since I am the orderly and she's the doctor.
Mm-hmm. All right, sounds good. So that's our plan. We're going to case the place for this evening. Alternate, like some people taking naps in the truck, some people. Before we go, we do the hotel thing. We case the hotel. I want to see if I can find the car, that sexy sports car that she drove off in.
Yeah, that's
I
a great
guarantee it's
idea.
not there.
Yep.
Bumped it somewhere, but I mean, who knows? What else do we have to do? So I'm gonna look around the area around the hotel, see if there's like a car that's been abandoned or.
You do not see a black sports car that fits.
Yeah, I figured unlikely, but worth checking out. All right, then we case the joint and set up our sting operation. Now, is anybody feeling brave? And if you do see her, you want to bump into her with some holy water in like a glass or something crazy like that? Spill a little water on her.
I think.
I can.
Yes.
I could have an atomizer.
That's a great idea.
That's
like
epic. Yes.
The perfume thing.
Anybody else?
That's a
Anybody
good
want to
idea.
like cut their vein open with blood and put it by her mouth and see if she's really.
Well, I'll keep a hand mirror with me, and
I'm
I'll
sure
be like,
Evan would love that. Oh wait,
I'll be checking out, like seeing it with a hand mirror to see if she appears. I'll just do that.
I mean, I could do both of those if I'm powdering myself and
Yeah.
applying my perfume. I could also have a hand mirror.
And honestly, she's not going to be paying any attention to Varut, right? So I think she's not even. She's on a mission. She might even be able to find her in the lavatory.
It's true.
I think we
That's
send
true.
Varut on a mission with an atomizer.
Just be very careful. Don't let her isolate you. Like, don't be alone.
I like that close quarters confined thing. That sounds really.
And what we do,
I'm liking
Right,
it.
that went well for me during our last encounter.
Right, it's so great, dude. It sounds
this time I've
sounds
got
phenomenal.
it. What we do, I hand 2 sticks to Varut. You can put them in your hair, like the chopstick type thing. I get that they're big, but you've probably got long hair. You just, and then you've got weapons. You kill her in the bathroom, and then we just leave, like always.
Bite fetching. You should do this professionally, Potter.
They do that in spy movies all the time, like beat somebody up in the bathroom and then leave them there.
Yeah.
Right, nobody ever hears them or anything.
It's usually not the level boss, but okay. We'll pray for that.
I'll have a couple steaks. I'll have my mirror, my hand mirror, and at least 1 vial of holy water. Who has the bomb?
Me.
Not it.
Yeah,
me.
definitely
Not
who has
me.
the bomb. So are we like taking it apart, or is it just a 1 of 5 shell still?
So what I wanted to do with it is basically to take it apart and put like put a timer on it, the equivalent of like an oven timer. I did roll a 5 to do this modification. Hopefully that's enough. Yeah, I want to make it something I can do with a timer.
So where were you doing that at? In the truck on the way over here?
Oh, I mean, probably in the bar.
In the bar.
I was probably in the bar
Just
doing it.
slap the 105 shell on the table.
And anytime somebody looked at me weird, I just was like, "Fuck off." No, I probably did it while we're waiting for Varut to heal for a day or so.
Oh, okay.
All right. Let's see if she comes in.
So you scope out the hotel and goes through the night. You do not see her come in or out. Anyone that even remotely looks like her.
You know, the pretzels in this bar are far better than the other place. You should try them.
Nice and salty, yeah.
I just look up at Muir with blurry eyes, and I'm like, okay, first thing, breakfast. Second thing, kill Hans.
Well, just because she doesn't show up the first night does not mean that she's not coming.
But I think
All right, punch
I didn't
on.
think we were going to get an immediate result.
if she works out of the hotel, I mean, my other character is the pervert in the group. Would you like me to let me just talk to the person at the desk and be like, I've got the worst Woody or whatever one says, and then in comes the prostitute. I would like one that looks exactly
be
like this.
Just be like a good friend. My Johnson is engorged.
Oh my
and
God.
I find myself of relief.
What he said. We're all Brits, right? And it's yeah, but why not summon?
I'm not.
No, not you, because you're the one that's got with the.
So you think that the tact we should take is try to see if we can get her to come out?
All right, incredibly crazy.
Like,
But what if
order her
this?
services?
What if I approach this?
We haven't explored the John's room. We can explore the John's room.
Well,
Yeah, I agree.
and
Not the John. I'm sorry, the pimp's room.
the pimp's room.
Sorry.
If we orchestrate this, we get her to come. I say, all right. I've always had a weird. I want to go in the bathroom. Barut's in there, and we're like, oh, awkward. And she's like, sorry. And then I'm in. No, wait. Mueller does this. Everything that I just said, and then he's in there with Farut and the vampire, and then there's a mirror in the bathroom. You're like, oh, it's the vampire. Both of you kill the vampire. We leave, like always.
I think it's completely hilarious that this is the second prostitution sting.
I know.
Yes.
So
And the last one worked
What's
so
up?
good.
Is the room for the John? Can I ask? Is it on the third floor, second floor, or first floor?
pimp.
The pimp.
It's a third floor suite.
Pimp. I'm sorry, the pimp.
That's the episode. We've said that like 70 times now. The pimp. We've said the pimp. This is the pimp.
No pimp.
I keep saying the John. I mean the pimp.
That's pimp.
What floor is the pimp's room on?
The pimp.
Write it down.
He has a third floor suite.
Okay.
His name
Is the
Franz
plant?
Evans.
Is the third floor? Is there open atrium to the third floor, or is like the third floor like up 3 flights of stairs?
I mean, there's an elevator.
Oh, there's an elevator. Okay. Is it like a concrete building, like steel and concrete, or is it wood?
A mix of both.
Okay, so it's pretty solid.
We honestly, we don't even need to get tactical about this one. We just go pay for we just go pay for a bunch of rooms. Then we just go to the third floor and pick the lock and just walk in there. And we subdue the guy if he wakes up, or if he's in there, we just subdue him immediately. Simple as that. I don't think we need to overthink this unless she's in there, which then it's going to get complicated real quick.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. You guys. Okay. I am happy to stay in this hotel. It seems nice enough, and I like the pretzels in the bar. If we get some rooms, it'll be easy. Who wants to reserve the rooms? Or can we just say out of character we reserve the rooms, Byron?
I wouldn't be allowed, so I can't do it
Why?
Why? Because you're a woman?
because I'm a woman in 1920s. Yeah.
1948.
40. Yeah, this is a little
Or
further.
1948. I still wouldn't have been able to
No
reserve
shit.
a room.
That's horrible.
What?
I didn't realize
Oh,
it
no.
persisted that long.
In Austria?
In Austria, you probably would.
Well, maybe in the countryside as opposed to the city. Is this urban or is this countryside?
But I couldn't have in
It's
in
Vienna.
the United States.
It's like major city.
Yeah, it's Vienna. You can, I mean, there's been a lot. I mean,
There is a huge proportion of males that are dead. So they would rent rooms.
So much-
for people.
Yes.
yeah.
There was this really fucking.
That's so
cool
horrible.
thing
I didn't
that
realize it
happened a couple years
persisted. Did
ago.
it persist that long,
Yeah.
Tara? That
World War
There
II.
was a lot of that. Yeah.
Yes, it's like what are you 20 years old? You better get out there and find yourself a husband, lest your womb shrivel up and die.
Right. Well, I mean, we were property, of our fathers and then our husbands. And if we didn't have an escort of some sort, we weren't allowed to do a lot.
Well, I mean, in the major cities, I think probably, I'm not an expert or anything, but the country is probably a lot less progressive. But even in the 1920s, let's say in Berlin, for example, a major city in Germany, young women could go around at night single. I mean, this was the flappers in the age of that. So,
Right.
I mean, I don't know that Vienna's probably progressive, but I would imagine you can have a room.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
I mean, I'll do it, but I still think it's going to look funny for me to be making reservations as the woman when I'm surrounded by men.
Just choose yourself a husband, and we'll stagger going in. Whoever you want to be your husband, and then you get you and your husband get a room, and then a little while later, another one of us comes in, gets a room. Not hard, yeah. I'll be your husband.
I'm now literally binge watching women's suffrage in Austria. So I'll get back to you guys. I'm sorry.
So
my four husbands will be here later.
I don't know. I watched like 3 seasons of Babylon in Berlin, which is like in the 1920s and 30s, and I don't know if that's accurate, but I thought it was. But whatever. It's on Netflix. Check it out. It's pretty good.
It's like we are polygamy incorporated.
So I'm gonna say
Babylon in Berlin is listed as source material for the Berlin the Wicked City, the Cthulhu book.
So
diggity dog.
So I'm just gonna throw this out there. So in November of 1918, Vienna basically passed a law that said, yeah, women could vote there, although there was some nonsense about some colored envelopes.
30 years ago.
Yeah, so thank you for this, Tara. This is really pretty cool.
29 years at this point.
Look at Europe being real progressive and shit.
I know, right?
Look at that.
Good for them.
And the Soviets were even more progressive.
Europe.
I mean, partly because of what Byron said, that so many men were dead. But even before...
Yeah, they had to let them.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, I stand.
Communism hadn't really started.
I think
America sucks.
I'm stoked that came up, if I gotta be honest. Like, I like reading stuff like that. So thank you, Tara.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's cool.
It's really cool.
Yeah, in a weird way, after a war, it's like a good time to be a woman. I mean, like you get...
During a war is a good time to be a woman, too. You're sought after.
Yeah, like you're sought after,
Wait. If that's your only objective in life is to be sought, then yes.
Oh, I mean back then in modern times it'd be terrible, But
what's modern times?
Yeah,
like our times.
I don't even know, man. I mean, it's dangerous to be anybody during a time of war. I mean, anyway. But once
in the 1970s, in the United States, my best friend, who's now 87 years old, had her first teaching job. She had just gotten married. She was not allowed to cash her own paycheck.
Really?
Fuck that.
Where is this?
She had her own name. She did not take his name. She had a master's degree.
In the U.S., you mean?
This was in Cleveland, Ohio.
Yeah, in the U.S. was very unprogressive. I mean, credit cards, when they first came out, as I remember correctly, were for men.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
So, yeah, the United States is not a good example of progressivism. And,
in the 70s and 80s, my mom couldn't have a credit card in her name.
That's an understatement. Like, yeah, yes. Simply said, point is, I think Farouk could book the fucking hotel. And I'm the single dad of 2 girls, so this gets me riled up.
Fucking vote.
Yeah, this gets me riled up
already voted
because I'm the single father of 2 girls who are out there in the world now. It's just super like, man, that sucks. So
okay, fine. Yes, we've made our point. I will make the reservations. How many rooms do we need?
3.
Okay, 1 for me, and then you guys are sharing, right? Okay.
I would like a room of my own, preferably with a window for fresh air.
Would you like a king size bed?
I need a room for myself. I'm hyperallergic.
He wants.
I would like an emperor size bed.
I figured what 3.
He wants the
rooms.
pasta bar.
I will Mueller snores.
And like they probably don't have rooms with enough beds for 3 dudes. So.
Yeah, those are called barracks.
Exactly. We don't. I mean, these aren't barracks, so I'm sure it's not super uncommon for 2 guys to share a room during this time period.
Okay. We booked the rooms. Scene. Cut.
Are you gonna rationalize every decision now?
Well, the irony is that practically the concept of homosexuality was just a joke to them back then. They're like, nobody does that.
Hey,
No.
Tara.
Point is,
Next time you say, "Why does this game take so long?"
yeah.
Okay, I got it.
We're gonna cut to this
I'm going to
moment.
reference this episode.
Point taken.
I sort of think there's
Can we
a
cut to the montage
Yeah,
where we
there's-
book ourselves into the room and break into the pimp's house?
each with a different identity, right? There's this montage where the
Wait,
camera,
what are you ordering for room service?
yeah,
We have to break that down.
the camera watches each of us
Of
walk
course.
up as a different person and check in to different rooms, and you know, and Mueller gets
Well,
the
I'm going to
pasta
get a room
bar.
for myself. The four of you can keep arguing about it. I'm going to go and I'm going to get some tea.
I
I'm
never
not going to tell
realized.
you what kind.
I never realized so much tourism happened on Tuesdays. I never worked Tuesdays.
What kind of tea?
Hans
Are you gonna make
called
the tea?
off.
Are you
I
gonna just
don't
like?
Hans called off. He said he was sick. He had an anal glaucoma.
Anal glaucoma.
I'm not surprised with Hans.
Yes, he said he couldn't see his ass come to work.
All right, so we're in our rooms
All right.
on the third floor. We break into the pimp's room.
Well, first off, the third
We
floor.
all request third floor rooms? That's weird.
The third floor is suites, and none of you are getting a suite.
It doesn't matter. We just go up. We just go up onto the
Second
third
floor.
floor.
Oh wow.
Second
I'm not
floor.
saying you can't. I'm not saying you can't, but I'm saying we're not booking like these random people. Like,
Byron, you're not helping. We book the rooms and we break into the pimp's room, okay?
That's it.
clarifying you were not sleeping on the third floor.
Okay, we're sleeping on the second floor. Fine.
We're probably
We're
not
the-
even gonna sleep here.
We got. I mean, we just do the dreaded steps and
Yep. Okay.
We'll
So
take the-
I'm going to just go drink with Hans.
There you go. Smart.
I'm just gonna start drinking.
Okay. So anyway, so you guys are in your rooms in the hotel on the second floor. You guys have access to the third floor. However you go up there, go up to the third floor. What are you going to do then? You know the
we
room.
go head up there, and once
Room
the
number
coast is-
319.
Mhm.
Suite 319.
All right.
All right. What skill is lockpicking?
Intrusion.
Yeah.
Intrusion.
I have an 8 in intrusion. Just
All right.
But in 1948, would you be allowed to pick locks?
It's infiltration.
Stop it. Cut that shit out.
Pick this.
All right, Groot.
It's
Listen at the door.
infiltration. It's
See if he's in there. If he's
infiltration,
not, pick the
intrusion.
freaking lock.
Oh my god!
Let's just do it. Just do it.
I have picked the lock.
Pick the lock. Woo!
You'll pick the lock.
Wee.
All right.
I don't even have to roll for it.
Cool.
You're that
Awesome,
good.
boss. That's good. That's awesome.
I'm gonna pull out my kukri and get ready to kill this pimp.
Yeah, I'll
Yes.
be ready to manhandle him to quietness.
Okay. As you begin to swing, as Varut begins to swing the door slowly open, the sound of Mozart is
Well,
in
I
the
picked
air.
the lock. I didn't open the door.
Okay, well,
I'm letting the boys do that.
then you don't
Okay.
hear shit.
That's
All right,
right.
I'm going to open the door extremely quickly, and I'm going to stride in with purpose.
Okay.
Ready,
I'm going
ready
with
for
him.
action.
It's a suite. There's like a big upholstered red velvet couch and some flowers and some lighting and so forth. And there's a gentleman there. He's listening to a phonograph that is playing some Mozart, and he has a book in his hand, and he is reading it. He's sitting in a chair. And he just looks up like that, and he sees. you guys
Is
there.
this very reminiscent of exactly what we went through to get here?
Yeah. Yeah.
We're gonna cut his head
Oh,
off.
wait! This isn't him, is it?
It's
with a kukri? You're like standing there with a kukri, and he's like,
I'm
Yes,
gonna
I-
manhandle him. I go over and manhandle him, and I'm gonna wrestle him to the ground and silence him.
Okay.
Permanently.
You're
Yes.
gonna try.
He does not resist, but he requests that you don't lose his page in the book.
Is this guy look? Because I don't know that other guy. I'm a Mueller. All right.
This guy look like what?
Did I happen to spot? Never mind. Did I happen to spot any coffin-shaped objects in the room as I went over and manhandled him?
Not whatsoever.
I say to Henley, quickly. I tell the gentleman, remain silent for the moment, and your life will be spared.
I'm gonna start searching around, opening up closets, looking for stupid secret panels and shit.
Did the rest of you guys come in and close the door?
Yes. So I would.
I'm gonna hang.
Oop.
Is there like a sitting area outside?
No, I just stand in the hallway with the door open.
Yeah.
Is there a sitting area on this floor anywhere nearby? Nothing. No chair in the hall.
Sure.
No nothing.
Yeah, there's a chair down by the window.
Okay, so close the door, and I'm going to use my surveillance, which is awesome, and I'm going to be watching for other signs of life out here.
No.
Listen for my signal. You know the signal. We don't need to talk about it. Okay, go on.
What's that? Yeah.
During this time period, women weren't allowed to do bird call signals. Other than a bird call.
Wee wee.
All right, so
I would be on the inside of the door, listening for
Is
the
the signal when you knock on the door and you're like, room service?
Yeah, right.
I would like to list some things that I could have done in 1948. Would you like me to demonstrate?
I'll be.
Yes. Here, we'll begin the list. All right, the list is over. All right, let's move on.
Yeah, let's go on.
I will be on the other side of the
And
fucking
take
door.
out a hairpin.
Yeah.
You know what those are for? Those hat pins, right?
Okay. So yeah, this guy is face down. His book is trashed, and Mozart is still loudly playing in the room.
Good cover music.
He's carpet munching over here, like he's down to the carpet, and
great phrasing.
yeah, sure.
Phrasing.
Why not? Hey, I'm sorry. You can do that in 1948 too, but.
Keep going. I'm gonna mute and laugh some more. Thanks.
Next to his head is a cardboard box, and he starts just chewing on that box. All right, so
So they didn't really make cardboard boxes.
okay,
Boxes were made of wood.
All better.
shit's really devolving.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. No
Okay.
drones, no cardboard boxes, no.
I'm not seeing any kind of secret thing. Any weird smells like grave dirt, death, decay. You know, the typical vampire smells.
No, he's got some really good German like perfume, like cologne.
All right, I say to who's in the? All right, Verut's outside.
I'm by the
Quentin.
door, listening for Root
Near
signal.
the door.
Yep.
Quentin, drip the holy water on him for a moment, just to be sure.
I splashed some holy water on it.
Oh,
He's
shit.
like, what are you attempting to find out?
Excellent, excellent. I manhandle him. I'll hold on to him. How big is he?
I'm just a normal size guy. He's like,
All right, so he's little to me. I'll put him in the chair. I say, do not speak loudly and answer our questions, and you will be fine. First,
Could you stop the music, please?
no.
Very well.
First question, your name.
I think I reach out to maybe I'm by his whatever and his phonograph, and I do, but I scrape the fucking needle like across his record.
Must you do that?
Across my.
I look at you. Pardon, the music is good cover sound.
I put it back on.
Very expensive. That's an original.
I did not ask you that. What is your name?
Franz Herbert.
Franz Herbert. Excellent. Franz, who is the young woman who works for you? I look at him too. Do I get any reaction out of him?
I don't have any women who work for
Oh
me.
shit.
Franz, don't bullshit me. And I've got interrogation, intimidation, bullshit detector.
All the Asians.
I've got all the I got 1 point in each of them. I don't know if that helps, but I'll say I need the truth from you and quickly. If you wish to survive and pass out of this unharmed, you will answer my questions
So I'm very confused. If you want the truth, you must believe what I say is the truth. Otherwise, how will I know that telling the truth will do anything?
Who is the young woman who you're the pimp for?
I am not pimp. I am businessman.
All right,
What is your business?
I just slap him on the side of the face real hard, and I'm like, look at you being all saucy.
What? It's fun.
Now, we do not wish to hurt you, but you will answer our questions.
Seems to be the case.
No, he's the nice one.
You shove me on the floor. You just assault me.
What
You
is the
assault
girl's
me.
name?
Can
Can I bullshit detect? I mean, do I think he's telling the truth?
you asked him about a woman that works for him. He does not have a woman that works for him.
Who? I also asked, who is the girl?
Oh shit.
What girl are you talking about? You just asked me if a woman works for me, and she does not. No one works for me.
All right, not that you're not the best role player in the world, but I mean, bullshit detecting. I don't sense he's lying to me. Correct?
No, he's not lying. He doesn't have any females that work for him.
What is your business?
Can I
What do
hear
you
all
do for a
this?
living?
Can I hear all this like across the room, or is it kind of isolated, or what?
Sure, yeah. He's like, I am coordinator.
Ah,
Coordinator of what?
you work for who do you work for then? If you've not got someone that's working, I will scratch the living shit out of every one of these. This is an impressive record connection, by the way.
He will hurt your entire discography.
I
if
pick
you
up
do
a
not answer
disc.
our
I'm
questions.
guessing he's a connoisseur. Does he have a whole bunch of discs there? I'm guessing a whole ton
Oh,
of.
sure, he's got it.
I just pick up one
Yeah.
and just snap it and let the pieces of vinyl.
I resist the urge to wince myself. To see now, what do you coordinate?
I
And for
just
whom?
Coordinates people for a German company.
What company?
Well, Southeast Watch.
Stockist Watch? Stockist Watch?
Southeast Watch.
Southeast Watch.
East Watch.
Yep.
And what is the? Remind me out of character. What's the
Yeah.
girl's name again?
Carmilla.
Carmilla.
This one is the weird one, right?
This is
Carmilla de Petra.
Carmali de Petra.
Yeah, Carmali. That's right. Carmali de Petra.
And do you know a Carmilla de Petra?
No, never heard of her.
I'm out of character. I think Byron established that those ones, that entire list is useless to us right now because that's all on the British side.
It's on the British. Okay, that's what the
Yeah.
British side was.
So,
Okay.
so we don't even have a name for this one. I don't believe.
Shit.
So
She has this color hair. I pull out the hair we have. She is about this
So
tall.
creepy.
Do you know the girl I'm describing?
This color hair.
He's just brushing it in his hand.
So weird.
real quick to back up. So you do know with Tradecraft that you have heard of the Southeast Watch before. And it is a network of occult neo-Nazi survivalists in Hungary and Romania.
Interesting.
I am.
That are run as assets for Edom.
Do they have tattoos or anything that signifies a membership that I know of?
No.
What's this guy wearing?
They're assets for Edom. That means that they're on our
A
side.
suit. They're run as he would be an asset of Edom.
But we work for Edom, correct?
Yeah.
So
And he says, I do not know this woman you speak of, but this description you give me does not fit the name you have. I know a woman named Malakra Khanberg.
Malakra Converge?
Berg.
Khanberg.
B-E-R-G or
Converg?
B-U-R-G or something.
Like she is a prostitute.
Shit.
And she fits this physical description.
Yes, she may be. She is a woman of the night, shall we say?
How do you know? How long have you been in this town yourself?
He says, in more ways than one.
I see. So there's an implication there.
Right.
Do we have any kind of like call sign, like to let people who are on our side know like who we are? Like,
You weren't supposed to reveal yourself to your Edom
okay, we're not supposed to reveal ourselves. All right.
assets. You were supposed to be like going in dark and not revealing yourselves, even to other agents.
I see. So you say in more way than one that she's a lady of the night.
Yeah.
And yet she's a small girl.
She has risen, just like the fear.
What?
Wait,
Fuck?
did you say just like the Fuhrer? Or
Yes.
just no.
Excellent.
Vampire
How long have you been in this town?
60 years.
Good. When did she arrive here? How long has she been here? That you know of.
Particular woman that you speak of?
The one that you speak of. Yes.
Maybe it's 10 years.
And she's never left.
Well,
I look at Henley, Quentin.
I do not track her movements, if that's what you ask.
Oh yes.
Again, the time she's here is not a good indication of whether she's the person we're after or not.
Right.
Or not. So we have to follow up on. We have no other choice.
He says, "Well, let me finish talking."
Oh, sorry.
He says, "Well, it could be the woman you speak of, possessing one of her other shadows. So many dark goddesses here in Vienna."
Is Dark Goddess, like, is that lingo that we know?
I mean,
I can make an assumption, but my character don't know.
Pretty clear.
you could make an assumption that that he's referring to copies of Carmilla, and that there's more than one.
When I said Carmille de Petra, he seemed to know who she was, right?
No.
Okay. Do you know who Carmilla is?
He says, "I think I do know her."
I say then, perhaps we can do business.
Yeah.
I apologize for the rudeness with which we went through your discography. Here, sit and tell us what you know.
He says, "I could go and find her for you."
That is very polite of you, but please just inform us of what you know. Where would you go to look for her? Who would you ask about her?
He says, "I would probably send some of my other agents to find her here and bring her here."
I see. Your other agents, and where are they?
Throughout the city, of course.
So this guy runs his own crew. I see.
Is he? I know I'm not in the room.
They're spread all through the Diamond.
But who does he work for?
He works for the watch company, which is a front for forgive me, what's it called again? Our
Edom.
group.
Beat him.
Edom.
Mm-hmm. Did Carmilla leave? Was it 2 days ago? Right? Was when we
3.
Okay. I'm gonna be like, so seeing as how you seem to know the area quite well, there was a black sports car that made its way into the Russian area. We believe that the real queen was in said vehicle and not a shadow.
We don't know. Right?
I mean, she could be hiding amongst her others that she has here.
Well, we
I am
know
unaware of
that she
this
was entering the Russian district.
The city is a large place. My contacts could root her out for you, I'm sure. Especially if she is in the Diamond. The Diamant is basically the seedy nightlife where the hookers and shit.
Well, I'm not sure. It's tough.
You are saying that you know context. You have a network within the city and you can locate her. Tell us where. You say this district. Is this a certain cross street?
No, no, it is not one location. It is a network within the city. They move. They do not stay in one place.
I look at Henley and Part like,
if you haven't figured it out, it's very difficult to be a Nazi in this area.
yes,
Many
everyone
allies
needs
looking
friends.
for us.
Out of character, does it disturb anyone else that Edom is working with neo-Nazis?
Well, the point that this is why we're not supposed to expose our mission, which we've done, which puts this specific contact in his grave, and hopefully before any further word gets out, right?
So I'm just going to say to him, it's like,
And
well,
you do know that. Well, you don't, but I mean, you guys as players know that Edom was working in conjunction with Gellin Org, who was definitely a Nazi. It was in charge of a program. So
right, so everything's interconnected. I'm gonna be like, yes, we would like you to reach out to your contacts in the the secret economy of this area and see if there's been any changes that anyone's noticed. It would have been something very recent.
sure, I would say give me a few hours and come back here, and I shall have answers. I shall put some feelers out.
Yes, and apologies for the roughhousing. I say awkwardly.
You owe me a record. That's not easy to get, I think.
We will more than recompense you for the record. It's a nice collection, by the way.
Odd if it was.
It has cost you a record, but understand, we are not fooling around. We are people of means. If you double-cross us, it will not be good for you. And if you work with us, perhaps there's something you wish to have done that you cannot get done on your own and we can assist with. But if you double-cross us, do not forget.
My contacts.
Pardon?
You said if there's something he can't get done for himself, he says you underestimate him.
I'm like this close to snapping his neck. My thing, I'm just saying out of character. My thing is that I don't trust him.
Well, part of what
we can't trust anyone.
Yeah, and I think that's part of what we've been sent here to uncover. And now I think we're about to burn ourselves, because as soon as word goes out that hey, these exact people are here, oh shit.
Does he have a phone in his room, or is our phones in the rooms here?
I mean, there's a phone. It's not a cellular, but I mean, it's like there's like a ported phone.
I look at Henley.
It will take me a few hours to reach out to my contacts and get this information you seek.
I look at him gravely. Is that the best you can do? You cannot tell us anything yourself?
I don't move every pawn.
I look at you guys like, do you guys give me the nod? Quentin? Henley? Martin? Martin's giving me the nod.
Damn it. Give me a second. He could be useful, but then again, just tell everyone. He could fuck us over.
We've got orders. Echoing in your brain from some previous conversation or something.
I hate to say it, but I'm gonna I'm gonna be like, yeah, I'm gonna give you the nod.
Quentin, you give me the nod.
Yeah, it could be useful. I don't know. I'm very torn.
Yeah.
You're kind of on both sides of it now because your deal was to not reveal yourselves to other Edom agents,
But
and
not
your
to
deal was
kill
also not to leave a wake of fucking bodies everywhere.
All right.
And so
Fail.
you're either got A or B at this point.
Yeah.
But we don't have to leave the empties here. We can recycle.
If you take him out, you're definitely hurting your own company.
Right, but if we expose
using-
ourselves to him, we're less hurting the company, but more ourselves.
Are there any rules about this, like which has priority in these situations that we know about?
That's a good question.
Your priority is to follow orders, but you already violated that.
Well, we didn't know he was Edom when we spoke with him. Well, he doesn't know that we're. What? He didn't.
You didn't
well,
really. You
well,
immediately went to
we never said that we're Edom. We never said that we were Edom. He said he was Edom.
Oh, he's gonna figure it out, I'm sure. Mm.
All right, I step behind the chair. I reach out and snap his neck.
Yeah. Okay.
Ooh, jeez.
Our anonymity and the security of our identity, after you all three nodded, seems to be more important than the information he's going to provide. Plus, it seems as if, there might be more vampires here, but Carmilla is our target.
You know, it's really unfortunate. During our investigations, Carmilla broke into his hotel and killed him.
Yeah.
I think okay.
Because they haven't been following her.
We found his body a few hours later, and we were able to look around the hotel and find out what happened.
One small problem there is that they've been following her for years. They kind of know her MO.
I think we try to make him disappear.
They'll just make his body disappear. Where is my sausage grinder?
Well, yeah, and if we could keep Mueller from eating all the time, we could just feed the bodies to him. There wouldn't be a trace.
That is disgusting. I would never eat a German. All right. Okay. So I assume that you're in agreement, Byron, that he's dead now, or? Is there
yeah. I mean, he's not tough enough to stop you guys from fucking.
All right. So
it'd be pointless and a waste of time.
Getting rid of bodies like is that tradecraft or something along those lines? What is the skill?
Conceal, tradecraft, depends on how you want to do it.
You
just want to hide the body, then that's.
I still think we should just go with the Carmilla approach. I mean, she's incredibly strong. Why wouldn't she just quickly snap someone's neck?
She drank and dry.
I don't see it as a problem.
Well, okay. There's multiple.
Leaving the body here presents the thing as what happens when room service comes to clean the room.
Exactly.
Oh, but will they find a dead body?
Which is then going to raise an alarm.
Yeah.
No.
A dead body's going to involve the authorities. Which
right.
is going to
let's make him disappear. Yeah. We're going to make him disappear. So, does anybody have points?
I have an aid and conceal.
Done.
All right.
Oh, good.
I don't know he's dead yet.
It's pretty.
I'm not in the room.
Yeah, I'm going to open the door, peek the door open. I'm a gesture for you to come in.
Yeah, I think as the neck snaps, I think I immediately knock like the hey, something went wrong here knock. Like, oh,
okay.
Hey,
no. Oh, I got your signal.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are we still wrapping up early?
Yeah, we're getting to. I'm just trying to see.
I was just double checking before we
get into something. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I received the signal and I head into the room.
Okay.
I literally just kind of look at the ground as Root walks past, like, oh. Sorry.
So you guys can get rid of the body without much of an issue. That's not a problem.
Great.
All right. And we'll dispose of the record that we broke and wipe it down for fingerprints if that's what they do now these days.
So where are you going from here? What lead do you got?
Well, I wonder what trouble we can fumble our way into.
Oh,
next.
I'm sure you can fumble some ways into. So he did mention that
He
his
did mention
contacts-
Malacra Kornberg.
He mentioned his contacts. I'm sorry.
Contacts in the Diamond.
He mentioned Malika Kornberg, right?
Malacra.
Malaka Kornberg.
Kronberg.
Also, does he dress in a particular way? Like, is his style of dress like distinctive?
I mean, he looks like a rich person.
Is he about the size of any of our crew? I know he's smaller than me.
Yes, but just wear a dead man's clothing.
I was going to say, if you want to send a signal, wear his best suit where he's been known to be seen. Someone might recognize it, and that could get us started.
Oh.
Yeah, did he have any personal effects that seemed to be like signature items? A walking stick or a particular hat or stopwatch, anything like that?
Or a journal, or
He
a...
record
probably has
collection.
a silver pocket watch and a cane, I would think.
Does he have an address book?
No.
Hmm.
At least not that he contains here in his hotel room.
We'll give it a... Maybe we should give it a toss to see, but maybe he doesn't have it here. Well, I mean, you looked around, but do we have to spend points to like search to see if he's got like something concealed here?
Yeah, you could spend a notice. 2 points spend a notice and 1 point or a lot of times search. Okay, yeah, so 2 points of notice would do it quickly.
Where is notice in the sheet? I'm sorry, I'm looking for it, but I can't find it.
Should be near the middle.
It's in general somewhere, right? Something? No?
I always have trouble seeing it too, for some reason.
Notice is on the bottom left.
I see.
Yeah,
top
bottom
of
left.
The bottom.
I have 1 point in notice.
I also have 1 point in notice.
All right.
I still can't find it. Bottom left, really?
Bottom left, top.
I might have a different
first
format
section.
than you guys.
So you
No, you
guys
don't.
do find. So I'm going to tell you what we find, and then we're going to end it for tonight. So you do find a locked British Army locker under the bed. It holds terrain maps of Austria, especially of Styria, outdoor gear, a Luger 9mm, and a pair of binoculars. Examining the maps with cryptography indicates hidden routes over the borders into Bavaria and Yugoslavia.
Mm.
And you also find loose wainscoting on the empty back bedroom wall. Behind it is a thick roll of British gold sovereigns, several issues of a ranting journal called Der Wachtpost, which is a cult, and basically a Nazi apocalyptic gospel. And you find an increasing note of undead imagery, a candid photograph of an attractive young brunette woman. The word Malacra is written on the back of the photo, and it looks exactly like the painting of Carmilla.
Mm.
She's
All right,
supposed
well, we
to
got
be
a
the
photo.
maid. That's the woman who's supposed to be the maid here. She's the M16, MI6 asset known as Edelweiss.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that complicates things. If they consider her, if MI6 considers her to be an asset, puts us in direct opposition. Malacra Karnberg at Hotel Bristol. You think that's the direction we need to go? Because it's almost identical. The interesting thing, these shadows, I wonder how close to Carmilla's appearance they actually have. Is it like
They're
startling?
exact. Like the picture you have, it looks exactly like.
Yeah. Okay. Then that can't be ignored.
Yeah.
How many gold sovereigns?
A roll of them. It didn't have an exact amount. I'm not sure what that would be. All right. If you want to go ahead and end the stream, Jason,
We're going to do it.
come back in 2 weeks when you guys can find out.
2
if
weeks.
they can
Holy.
make a plan at all.
Yeah, exactly. Let's come back in 2 weeks as they argue about what Mueller eats while all of this shit unfolds and the world implodes.
Well, everything.